Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a review on this BMW M4 F82 Gen 1. This model came out in 2014 up until spring 2016. After that came the M4 competition. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review. Hi guys, welcome back. Yes, this is the same car, believe it or not, just a little bit cleaner. We finally managed to get it started after having issues with the battery. I've done a separate video on how to recover or repair your lithium battery. So if you've had the same issues that I've had with your battery, you couldn't recharge it or get it back up and running, then watch that video and follow the steps and you'll be able to recover, repair your battery and save yourself £1,000. So guys, this BMW was actually an ex-BMW show car. So what that means is that if a customer wanted to buy an M4, then this is the car that they would show them because they fitted it with every optional extra available. Guys, so the color of this car is Imperial Blue Pearl. So depending on the lighting and the sun, sometimes when you look at it in different angles, it can look purple, which is kind of cool. So the M4 has a very aggressive look compared to the normal standard 4 Series. You have this power dome hood. Down here you have this aggressive looking black grille, and then you got all these carbon fiber bits down here and the intercooler vents, which make the car look pretty aggressive from the front. So let's have a look at the wheels. So these wheels actually didn't come with this car. I bought these wheels from BMW. They're actually the wheels that are from the M4 CS. They actually made these wheels 19-inch in the front and 20-inch in the back. I guess they've done that to get more grip on the M4 CS, which has more power, and they absolutely look amazing compared to the standard set. So yeah. So I know you can probably see these massive gold calipers. These are ceramic brakes, which is an optional extra. It would have cost you £7,000 back then. I know it's expensive, but these brakes are amazing. They're so precise and powerful, it's crazy. You've got this massive disc, and yeah, they look amazing as well. So yeah, it's a great extra to have. So you've also got this nice little vents with the M4 logo. It looks pretty cool. Another extra we got is the carbon fiber pack on the outside. You get the wing mirrors with that. These wing mirrors are really nice. Got this little gap here, little sort of air vent. Then you got the carbon fiber roof, but that actually comes as standard on the M4 unless you get a convertible which does not have the carbon fiber roof. You've got this little carbon fiber spoiler, this little bit down here, and then the bits that I showed you in the front earlier. Guys, another optional extra we have down here is the Quad M Sport titanium exhaust, which sounds amazing compared to a standard exhaust on another M4. It would have set you back £4,000 back then, but I think it's a must have. The car sounds amazing with this exhaust. So let's have a look at the boot. The boot is actually quite spacious. You can get a lot of stuff in there. I'm not exactly sure how many litres it is, but it is quite big considering the size of the car. Got the M4 badge here, which is pretty standard when you get the M4. So let's have a look at the engine. So here you have a 3-litre straight 6 twin turbo engine, which produces 425 horsepower and up to 550 newton meters of torque. The car can do 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds and 0 to 100 in around 8.5 seconds. This car weighs just under 1600 kilos. I know it may seem like a lot, but it's actually leading in its class. So now let's have a look inside the car. So another optional extra we got inside is the carbon fiber pack for the inside. Got carbon here, the gear stick, and you've got some on the steering wheel as well. So here we have another amazing optional extra, is the steering wheel. I'm not sure how much it would have cost you back then, but probably a few £1,000s. You got carbon fiber here Alcantara all round. You've also got two little buttons here. Once you hold them down together, it turns the steering wheel on. It's got LED lights up here which assist you whilst you're changing gear. It's also got a little screen up here, and with these buttons you can function all the different formats you can use. Okay, so another optional extra we got up here is the heads-up display. Basically what it does, it shows you what you would see down here on the dashboard up there on the windscreen, so you don't have to keep on looking down. Okay, so another optional extra is the bird's eye view camera, which is quite handy for parking. This car's got cameras all around it. You can change them like that, as you can see. It's quite handy for parking. Obviously back then, 10-11 years ago, this was quite a cool thing to have. So we also have these nice leather bucket seats with the M badge here. This M badge actually lights up. Also have nice stitching all the way around. They're heated, and these seats, they really keep you locked in when you're driving, and they're very comfortable. So a little fault on the M4 in the back, as you can see, there's not a lot of headspace, but if you're worried about that issue, you can just buy the M3, which is essentially the same car, just a 5-door version with a lot more space. Okay, so with all that boring stuff out of the way, let's take the car for a spin now. Guys, the audio quality on this video at times is not the best. I didn't know that the microphones on the GoPro cameras are so rubbish. I do now have a DJI microphone which I am using on my next video and in the future, so apologies in advance for the poor audio quality at times in this video. Guys, this thing is so quick off the mark. What is it? 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Guys, down here you got the gear stick. If you click it to the right, you put it on drive. If you click it again, it goes into manual. To go put it on reverse, it's to the left and up. You've also got these 3 little buttons down here which are for performance, suspension and steering. You got 3 different formats you got on each one. So you got comfort, sport and sport plus. So guys, one of my favourite features on BMWs is these 2 little buttons here on the steering wheel, this M1 and M2 buttons. So each button, you can set each button to exactly what format you want the car to be driving on. So for example, if I press M2 button now, it tells me to confirm, because I have the traction control off on medium. So as a warning sign, it just tells you to confirm M2 button, and then literally everything else has gone to Sport Plus. So performance, suspension and steering all have gone into Sport Plus mode, where in other cars, if you wanted to do that, you would have to go on the main computer, and it would probably take you around a minute to change everything, because you may be on the media screen, you have to go to car, and yeah, it's just such a nice feature to have, because you could literally be sitting at the traffic lights and you're on comfort, everything's on comfort, and you want to go on Sport Plus because maybe there's an Audi or another M3 or M4 next to you, and you feel like having a little race, and literally flick of a button, bang, everything Sport Plus, and you're ready to go. Just like that. So you've also got your traction control button down here. If you press it once, it will go onto medium, off, MDM, you can see it up here. All that means is that the traction is not fully turned off, it's just medium, so it will let you spin out a little bit, and then the traction control will kick back in and it will recover the car potentially from spinning out. If you hold the button down for about 3-4 seconds, then you will turn it completely off. I don't recommend doing that unless you're in a track and you're an experienced driver, because these cars, as they are obviously rear wheel drive, they are very dangerous. If you have that fully off, then chances are you probably are going to crash it. If you go on Auto Trader, that's where we buy cars here in the UK, and you search for an M4 or an M3 and you do the listing as cheapest to highest in price, you'll see at the top of their page loads of crash and recovered M4s and M3s, because literally people are just crashing them left, right and centre. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about this gearbox. This is a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. I believe you can also get it on a manual, 6-speed manual. The gearbox is very good, very smooth, and when you have it on sport, it's very precise, especially when you put it on the manual paddle shift. I can show you that now. So I'll press my M2 button, confirm it, and yeah, I'll drop the gear, and gearbox, look, the car, there's no jolt, it's just instant and very smooth. So yeah, this gearbox is amazing, really. It's so instant, there's no jolting. The only time this car jolts is because it's got so much power. When you put the gas down and you let go of it, that's when you get a little jolt. But with the gearbox, you get absolutely none of that. It's just bang, instant. Can't fault this gearbox whatsoever. So guys, we've got the exhaust on Sport Plus. Tell me that doesn't sound good. Guys, it's a 4 grand extra, but this is a must. The exhaust sounds unbelievable. I've been on other M4s that don't have this exhaust and they do not sound that great. They don't sound anything compared to what this exhaust does. Turn the window down. You can hear it a little bit better, but then you probably can't hear me. But yeah, listen, this exhaust is crazy. It is unbelievable. Sounds great. And better take it easy. They just pulled someone over. This exhaust, listen to it. You can hear it. Oh yeah. Talk a little bit about this steering wheel. I actually don't know how much this extra is, but it is a pretty cool extra. Obviously you've got the Alcantara, you've got the carbon fibre here, but then the best thing is these lights up here. They obviously tell you when to change gear, and it looks pretty cool. People are always quite amazed by it. You've also got a little screen up here. You've got 2 buttons here. That's how you turn the steering wheel on. You hold these 2 buttons, and then you've got this little screen up here, and it's got a load of functions you can do. You can set lap times on it. So you could be in a track one day, and with these little buttons, every time you do a lap, you press it, and then it's going to record your lap times. So then obviously when you finish your track day, you can compare your laps, which is quite a cool feature. But there's loads of other features on there which, to be honest, I've never really used. So yeah, this steering wheel looks extra special in the night time. Literally when it's dark, this thing is looking like a fruit machine, flashing non-stop. Some of you probably thinking, why is this guy doing a review on a 2014 car? It's like 10, 11 years old. But obviously, not everyone's rich. And some people are buying 10, 11, 12-year-old cars. So this video obviously is for a bit of fun, but also mainly for people that want to buy one of these cars. So please stay to the end of the video, because there's a preview of my next video, which will hopefully be out shortly, very soon. the three main optional extras, which I would say are the steering wheel, the ceramic brakes, and the exhaust. So if you're looking to buy one of these cars, you're going to try find one with as many extras as possible, and sometimes it's quite hard to find that, especially one with all three of these extras. I was looking around for a long time and I've never seen one with all the extras that this car has got. So I'd always be looking around and there'd always be one that would have the steering wheel and, let's say, the ceramic brakes, but it would be missing the exhaust. Then there'll be another one with the exhaust and the ceramics, but it won't have the steering wheel. And that's what happened most of the times until I found this one. So if I was in a position where I needed to buy one of these cars and I was trying to buy one with obviously as many extras as possible, but it is quite hard to find one with all these extras, and I had to get rid of one of these extras, it would probably have to be the steering wheel. Why? Obviously the steering wheel is an amazing extra. It's pretty, it's fancy, it feels nice, it looks nice, especially when you turn it on and all the lights in the dark when they're flashing. But that's pretty much all it does. Like, performance wise, it doesn't really do anything, let's be honest. Where the exhaust is unbelievable, it makes the car sound great, gives it a few more horsepower. And then you've got the ceramic brakes, which they're so powerful, they're unbelievable, these brakes. I think you could put these brakes on an aeroplane and it would literally stop the plane. They are so accurate. Obviously I'm on a motorway, so I'm not gonna test them on here, but I will be testing them and showing you guys how good and strong they are. Guys, these ceramic brakes, unbelievable. 7 grand extra, yes, expensive, but these brakes are unbelievable. They're so precise and powerful, it's crazy. Like, you put your foot down, you just stop. And this car is 10-11 years old. The brake pads have never been changed, ever. That's mad. Yeah, the discs are huge. The calipers are humongous, and yeah, the pads they just don't go down. It's crazy. Never ever been changed in this car, ever, and they don't look like they're gonna need changing anytime soon, I can tell you that. So we've also got the heads-up display on this car. That's another little extra. It's this little thing up here, and what it does, it basically shows you what you see down here on the dash. It will show that to you up here on the windscreen. It is a nice extra to have, especially in a sports car. You don't have to keep looking down here, you can keep your eyes on the road. It will tell you the speed of the road that you're on, the speed that you're doing, your revs. So yeah, it's quite a cool extra, especially when you're going fast. You know, you want to try and look at how fast you're going. If you're going really fast, sometimes it's quite scary to look down, but with this thing obviously you don't need to do that. Okay guys, so what's the handling like? I know you're probably thinking, well, the handling has to be crap because everything can't be perfect in this car, as it has been so far really. But I can tell you that the handling is pretty good. Can't really fault it, to be fair. only thing I could really fault is maybe the steering is a little bit heavy even when you have it on comfort. Even though me right now I've got it on M2 and mine is set to Sport Plus, so it is quite heavy, which to be honest I am probably going to change it. I'm probably going to put it on comfort and always have it on comfort in whatever mode I'm driving. But that's really the only fault. But some people like that, some people won't. So yeah, the steer is a little bit heavy, but apart from that, this thing handles unbelievable. I think I actually need to change the rear tires on this car. I think they're pretty much on the limit. Yeah, tires are expensive. Obviously the rear tires, because it's a rear wheel drive, always gonna wear a lot quicker than the fronts. But that's what I love about this car, this BMW M4. It's just the rear wheel drive. You know, on a four-wheel drive, you don't really get much driving fun out of it. It's just literally put your foot down on the gas and just steer, and everything. The car does everything for you. With these rear wheel drives, with so much power on two wheels, and obviously the rear of the car is pretty light because the engine is on the front. It feels kind of scary, but it feels good at the same time. It puts a little bit of fear inside you, and you have to show the car respect, and I love that. It's really fun to drive. You could drive this car for years, and I'm telling you now, you will not get bored of this car. But all I'm going to say is just make sure you show this car respect, because if you don't, you're going to crash it for sure. But guys, this car, obviously it's got so much power, it's rear wheel drive. It is a firm ride. So for me, after driving it for a few hours, my lower back does start hurting. So can this be an everyday car? Yes, it can be. I would probably, if you want it as an everyday car, I'd probably recommend the M3, as it's the 5-door. But for me, it's not really an everyday car. It's not the seats are very comfortable, like I said earlier. They really keep you locked in when you're driving, but it is a bit of a stiff ride. Obviously, to get this sort of handling, it has to be stiff. Obviously, this car being rear wheel drive, 425 horsepower, unbelievable torque. This car in the rain is no good. The car in the rain, it just slides out as soon as you put your foot down, just wheel spinning. This car is not made for the rain. This car is made for dry weather. So yeah, if you live in a country where there's a lot of snow or a lot of rain, this probably not the car for you. I'm pretty sure you probably already know that. But when the tarmac is dry, when it's dry weather, this car is crazy. It grips so well. Once the tires are warm, this car just grips to the ground. It's got a lot of downforce, and yeah, the handling is amazing. Just goes. Guys, if you're debating or buying yourself an M4, please just go and do it. Stop debating. Forget about any other cars that you're looking at. Get yourself this little beast, and I'm telling you right now, you will be having some fun with this thing, and the fun never stops. That's the best thing about it. This car, you just don't get bored of this car. I can guarantee you that. Let's be honest guys, BMW have smashed this car. Personally, value for money, I don't think there's a better car out there. So thanks for watching and please subscribe to the channel.